And I'm going to see what I need to do.
All right, all right, all right. So it's me again, Linwood Buford Jr., your chaplain, standing. And I almost said what I say on my videos that I do, but I have to hold my mule on that. I want to give a reflection this morning. Today is February 18th, and if you had an opportunity to get the Black History Month calendar that Rona Fox sent out, you would see that today on February 18th, the person who is highlighted is Chloe Anthony Wolford Morrison, who is better known to people as Toni Morrison. For those of you who don't know her, she is a very well-known African-American author who wrote lots and lots of books about lots of different things. But today, I'd like to highlight the fact that she wrote a book that was is very apropos and relevant to who we are as people working in hospice. Everywhere we look, we see that there are news stories, personal stories, and even third-person stories of problematic situations that are brought on by preconceived perceptions. Toni Morrison addresses this and the reality of what we deal with and the things that are lurking and hiding in the background and trying to spring out at any time, as she wrote a book called Playing in the Dark, Whiteness and the Literary Imagination. She received the Nobel Prize award in 1993 for that book that was written in 1992. Now, when I looked this up, because I said, okay, that's pretty interesting. When I looked this up, Wikipedia said that concerning this book, in it, she develops a reading of major white American authors and traces the way their perceptions of blackness gave defending shape to their works and thus to the American literary canon. Then there was a lady named Wendy Steiner from the New York Times in 1992 who wrote about this. It also is not a mere denunciation of white culture. Instead, it is a self-help project meant both to map out new critical territory and to rearrange the territory within. Now, y'all might be saying, Linwood, what in the world are you doing? Why are you stepping into the water with this? Here's why. We are a melting pot of culture, professions, and capabilities. We bring different stories to our interactions and experience different stories from our patients. We have to push aside preconceived notions to find the sweet spot of care. Now, if you will allow me, because, I have to go back to what's comfortable, looking at a book in the Bible, Galatians chapter 3, verse 28. From the Message Bible, it says this: in Christ's family, there can be no division into Jew and non-Jew, slave and free, male and female. Among us, you are all equal. So if I take that and I take what I just finished saying, I would say this: we're a melting pot looking for the sweet spot, and we have to do it a lot because we provide care in complete diversity. When I was a chaplain intern at the VA, I remember walking into an elevator and I saw a gentleman who was standing in the elevator. He had a big patch on his head, and he was standing there with his mother and father, and he had on a T-shirt, and on his arm I saw a Confederate flag. First thing out of my mind was, oh my gosh, this might be somebody who I have to deal with. But the second thing was I recognized that he had on a T-shirt that had WWE on the front. And I was kind of a person who liked to watch WWE at times. So our first conversation started out with, hey, I see you have on a WWE shirt. Who's your favorite wrestler? We got into that conversation. And then over time, over the next few months, there were multiple opportunities for me to sit down with him, talk to him, listen to his story, tell my story a little bit, and also encourage him as he was doing his physical rehab. So again, Linwood, why are you talking about that? There are times when we come from different places, and some things that other people that we see, our patients, their family members, even us, might bring in inflammatory things. But because of who we are, because of where we work, because of what we do, we have to take the time to shut off that preconception and walk into a place where we can have compassion, walk into a place where we can walk with that person, walk with that family, go with them, even to the end, so that by the time it's all over, they can look back and say, you know what? We had quality interaction with that Novant company, that Novant healthcare system. So that brings more people in, and we demonstrate that we love what we do. So take that with you today. Take that with you today. And keep doing the good job that you do. Because if you don't realize you're making a difference, you are. You really are. That's all I got to say. Blessings to you all.
Amen.